Today is a bit of a rush and, oh, the light's gone out. Oh, hold on a minute. A bit of a mixed bag today. This is a start to finish with taking a photo and doing the editing. And I'm checking out some new equipment. Greetings all, good morning to you, and a bit of a rush because, yeah, a bit late getting up, but I wanted to do a start to finish, so taking a photo, we'll do the editing along with you, and why not. Now I would apologise well in advance because I might not be able to do the full audio on this one, so I might have to do a bit of a voiceover while taking the actual shot itself, because it is quite breezy, but we'll see how it goes. Right, now time for a bit of a rush to get to the location because sunrise is about to happen. I'm like an arse. I got up a bit late this morning, but let's get there. So I said about doing a bit of a sort of the wind's calmed down a bit. I'll talk again. Oh, you probably pick up a bit of it. Never mind. I said about doing a start to finish, because sometimes it's real good to know how and why, and different people have different ways of editing, and even taking the actual photos themselves. And I know I've got a bit of a different style to others, but it is good to actually watch and see how others actually do what it is that they're doing. So, yeah, I mean the composition for this one's pretty straightforward really, and it's literally to catch that sunrise. The horizon's on that lower third. I've got some rocks and a bit of sea and stuff down the front, and that sunrise will be coming on that left hand side, which it's going to look really nice. I'm not too sure which one I'm going to show on the editing yet, but we'll see. Oh, God, I need a bigger car. Right, let's get over there. Oh, there we are. Back in the car. I've just had to change the battery over on the M50, which I've got to say is one of the things that annoys me a little bit. Is I only got one battery with it when I bought it, and so I've actually bought a couple of more, because the battery it just zaps through the batteries really quickly, which is the one main thing that annoys me about it. But provided I've got spare batteries, we're going to be okay. Anyway, let's not waffle, let's get back home, let's get this editing done. Right, so here we are in Lightroom, and I've chosen the image that I'm going to do. I do believe this one was actually taken on, yes it was taken on the M50. We got to the others that are along here. I've actually edited a couple of them because I've shown them on other media platforms and stuff like this. So. But anyway, let's jump into the editing of this one. This is normally my normal workflow. This is exactly how I do it, and yeah, I'm still sort of like learning bits of it, but so let's just jump in and just get it done. First thing that we do is I tend to go down the actual menu and I just take it from there. Sometimes I do have a tendency to play around with some of the presets to see if anything does sort of, you know, jump out at you, but very rarely use them. Okay, so first thing we do, white balance. I always set that on the shot anyway, so I don't really need to adjust that. So if you ever are out on the field and you forgot to do your white balance, you can actually change it there, and it does make a bit of a difference. So we'll just go through them. So if it was like daylight, you can see that's just changed a bit. If it was cloudy and tungsten, which always makes it look blue, well, I don't know. So as shot, there we go. And then let's just move down the menu. Lovely little button here, auto, always hit it. It does a few little things for you first. This is a good starting point. People will actually go down and start moving and changing things. Hit the auto first, because I don't know, I'd always find it as a really good starting point. I do change quite a lot of it, so, but it's always a good starting point. One of the most important things you can find when editing is making sure that your shot is straight, the horizon. Now I have on the M50 there is a level to say that it's straight, because it will go green, and I've also got on the tripod itself, so I know the tripod is level. There is a spirit level on that on there, but the amount of times when I've actually come to edit and I have been slightly out, probably only a pixel or two, but it's always good to get that straight first. You want the full shot, and I can see there that is probably a little bit out. So we'll hit auto, it will do it for you. There we go, blind, done. That is perfectly straight. Like I said, only a pixel or two, but it's always good to get it nicely straight. So first off, exposure. When obviously you're in the field, you are going to be using the light meter that's on your camera, but believe it or not, you're going to be probably a little bit out. Well, this has actually adjusted it. It's increased it by 0.05. The reason being for this is because when you're out, light is actually always changing. So even though the meter that's on your camera is, people say, yeah, you're about right, it's probably slightly out, but it's still saying it's on 0, but it is probably slightly out. And because you can only move by, you know, a third of a stop and stuff like this, it's not going to be really perfect from the camera. It's going to be a little bit out, but you're not going to notice it. Lightroom will notice it and it will change it. This is why I say hit that auto. It will do a couple of adjustments that it is going to, so that is now the perfect exposure. So I'm going to leave the shadows and stuff as they are. One thing that I always do is I always like to make sure that we have a perfect white and a perfect black. To do this in Lightroom, hold down your Alt key where it says white, your screen will go black, but you slide around until you get, so that's too much, just till you get just a little bit of white. We'll do it as that, and you'll also do the same with the black. Press your Alt key and make sure you've got some. That's going to be too much obviously, just a little bit of black. This then is balancing out the whole of the image as far as your blacks and your whites go, so everything is spot on as far as exposures and things like this goes. A good little trick there for you. Now I'm going to move on to something that I always do when doing the sunrises. Is I really like the sky just to pop out that little bit more, and I do this using clarity. Some people are going to disagree with me on this, but it does bring it out a little bit. So I'm going to use the masking tool on this one and onto the brush, and we're going to do that area. Just quickly get the mask in. Now a lot of people do say, why don't you just get it to select the sky? Well, there are reasons behind that. Is because when it selects the sky, it selects it pixel perfect, and you tend to find that when you're doing these adjustments is that you can get little bits of ghosting along the line on the horizon. And I look out for this when people have edited the photos and I can spot the ghosting, and it just doesn't quite make it look good. So I always use a brush because it feathers, so it's a general a very slight gradient out to nothing, so you don't get that ghosting. Little tip for you there. So right, we're going to go down to the clarity. Just drop it down literally just a little bit. If you go too far, it's going to look horrible. That's just going to look, no, not clarity, sorry, dehaze. Just a little, see, too much, not enough. Let's go down just a little tiny bit. There we go, that will do. Pretty much done. Not going to touch anything else, not going to do anything in the sea. I'm probably going to remove a couple of these boys, which I have done before. I'm going to use the healing tool on this one. Very simple, quick, gone, click, gone, click, and we are gone. That's looking much better. Just tidy that area up. So let's go all the way down to sharpening. Now do this on every photo. Now when you get people doing the sharpening, they will crank up the whole slider all the way to top. The thing is what you're doing is you're sharpening the whole image, and you don't want to sharpen the whole image. You want to sharpen just the outlines of everything. So press down your Alt key, slide your mask until you get just an outline of everything. So yeah, that's looking pretty good. And then crank up your sharpening. It's literally the edges of everything. And that is now looking pretty good. We are looking good. Don't need to do the denoise. It's looking fine as it is. And so finish off, little bit of vignette. Don't go too mad because it just looks stupid. Literally just a little bit on the outside. Job done. To me, I like that. That is it. So you've seen how long that actually take. It didn't take much as time as you think people spend when they actually do post. And the reason is because you spend more time actually in the field getting it right, then you don't really need to do very much when you're back at home. It's just little tweaks here and there. So it's really important to get it right out in the field, as opposed to trying to make a rushed bad image look any half decent. Because believe me, there are quite a few. I'm actually one of them who I will sit there and look at people when they post images on the social media and people are going, wow, that looks good, and I skip by. And the reason being is because you can see how the image has been made to look half decent because, well, it was rushed and not taken properly. So I'm probably wrong for doing that, but that's just the way I am. You know, I like an image if I like it, but I don't like images. And it's the same as when people change backgrounds in their images. They'll change the sky and I can spot it a mile off, and I really actually want to comment and say, why have you changed the sky for? Please, just why don't you just leave it as it was? Because you just, I don't know, it just makes me think, well, if you actually went out and took the photograph properly, you wouldn't need to do that, as opposed to just thinking, oh, let's see how many likes I can get for this, because that's all I can see that they're doing it for, is for that. But anyway, that's for another debate, another day. Let me know what you think of the all-in-ones, because I do actually plan on doing quite a lot of these, where going out, taking a photo, coming back and just showing you how I've done the edit and then showing you the final thing at the end. Not too sure whether I'm going to do it as in all-in-one, which I've done as this one, or whether I'm going to do it in two parts. I'll do part one where I'm out taking it, and then the second part doing the editing or the other way around. I don't know, let me know in the comments which one you prefer to see and we'll take it from there. But anyway, I hope you found all this useful from start to finish, and yeah, thumbs up, give us a like and share, you know the score, and I'll see you on the next one. So until next time, take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon.